Yo, what is good, fellas? Hope you boys are all having a fantastic day. Today we're talking about the best free AKA player to pick up and add to your team. Now, if you guys are new around here, we do update this video every single Monday. We also do post daily Madden videos, so if you guys like this video, you find it helpful, or for whatever reason, you boys really like me, odds are each and every single one of you is in the right place. But yeah, like I said, we do update this video every single Monday. Yeah, I get it. We are already past the quote-unquote first free AKA player week. But fellas, if you guys listened to me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did, just saying, you guys held on to your free AKA player pack. Now, how you actually get this free AKA player, simply come in here, grind through all of these AKA challenges up to week 5, I believe, and you actually will have enough tokens to come in there and complete the set. This is the set right here. Now, I am recording this video, and you guys are seeing this before we get our first batch of 88 overall AKAs. Note, it only says 85 to 87. That will update today to say 88 overall AKA players. Haven't redeemed it yet, but I do have enough tokens. Do I think we should redeem this pack today? We'll talk about that in a few, but let's hop right into it. We also don't include AKAs on the actual list, but we will mention them at the end of the video. Also, I am cutting it down to about 12 players on today's list. Fellas, we don't need to talk about some of these 85 overall AKA players. They're just not even, like, in consideration when it comes to, you know, the best free AKA player, as well as just players you guys should even be, like, picking up. It's not that those cards are bad, they're just no longer top tier, so let's hop right into it. At number 12, this was probably the hardest spot for me to pick. Now, there were a few cards that actually could float in here. I ended up going with Ronnie Stanley Megatronny. Now, he is an 85 overall left tackle, and at the end of the day, we have a better free left tackle you can get from the Season 2 Field Pass. Shout out Tyron Smith. Now, if for whatever reason you don't want to go with Tyron Smith, I don't know why you wouldn't take the free left tackle. Megatronny is actually pretty solid. Now, he isn't a top tier left tackle. Like I said, we have 88, 89 overall players in the game. But for what this card can bring you, he gets the job done just right. 6'6", 315 pounds, 81 strength, 87 pass block, 83 run block. He also does get a boost, +1 strength, 2 left tackles, but you only use 1 left tackle. So that boost kind of is just like whatever, it boosts his strength +1. But again, Ronnie Stanley coming in at number 12. Also, I do mention this every time we talk about the best players to pick up in any form, shape, or fashion. Things I look for: 1, offensive lineman, hint why Ronnie Stanley is actually on today's list, as well as depth position players. For me personally, I would rather pick up a B&D or account-bound wide receiver rather than an account-bound quarterback. Just some things to think about as we go through today's video. Number 11, we got an 86 overall. Believe it or not, I got Mean Joe Green here. Now, do not get me twisted. Do not get this wrong. I think this card is an absolute stud. 6'4", 275 pounds is a little bit on the smaller side when it comes to defensive tackles, but 81 speed is really fast. The reason Mean Joe Green is number 11 and not like number 8, number 7, we have a better defensive tackle from the exact same promo that is a higher overall. When it comes to picking a player out of a pack that you can only pick one, yeah, you're not going to go with the lower overall player. But if you run a Steelers theme team or you want to use Mean Joe Green, by all means, go for it. Card is really good. Like I said, 81 speed, that is quick. 85 block shed, 87 power move. Now, AKAs do get glowing X factors, and Mean Joe he's got some decent stuff here. AKA double or nothing, AKA run stuffer. Now, I will say the fact that AP did get increased actually really helps this Mean Joe Green card out, because 2 AP isn't necessarily cheap. We are seeing some 1 AP glowing X factors, but the fact that we do have 5 ability points to spend on defense makes this Mean Joe Green card even better. At number 10, though, I got another 85 overall, Chris Johnson, or CJ. Now, we can't talk about his vintage champion, but we can talk about his normal champion, so that's what we'll talk about today. Card is, an 87 speed halfback, 5'11", 203 pounds. Reason he isn't higher up on this list is we have better running backs in the game, essentially. Card is not bad though, do not get that twisted, but at the same time, there are other running backs I would rather use. AKA Evasive is by far one of the best abilities in the game, and the fact that he has it is keeping him on today's list. For 2 AP though, it is a little bit expensive. You guys do have more ability points to use on defense rather than offense, so yeah, we did see a +1 AP increase on offense, so that does help, but we did see a +2, I believe, on defense. At the end of the day, though, Chris Johnson, solid running back. At number 9, though, we have another running back, Beast Mode. Now, we can't talk about his Vintage Champion. If we could talk about the Vintage Champion, we would be talking pretty high on this card, but he does not, get the AKA Evasive. His Vintage Champion card, if you guys didn't know, does get, in my opinion, the best, glowing X Factor Evasive. The normal one does not. Now, as a card, he is an absolute stud. I mean, 86 speed, 87 excel, 86 change of direction, 87 truck, and 87 break tackle at 5'11", 215 pounds. Now, you could say he doesn't have 87 speed. My answer to that, I don't care. It's Marshawn Lynch. He's got running back apprentice and bruiser. While, this is not Evasive, Bruiser, and Running Back Apprentice, 2 solid abilities. Beast Mode coming in at number 9. Alright, so moving on over to number 8, we got the first of the Sack Team Exchange, aka, basically an aka crew they decided to drop this week, Joe Colecco. Right end, 82 speed, 87 excel, 86 strength, 87 block shed, 87 power move, 6'3", 263 pounds. In Madden 24, he was a defensive tackle. In Madden 25, he's a right end. It would have made sense if they would have given us DT secondary position, but then again, it's EA, and when things are supposed to make sense, they really don't. So here we are talking about right end Joe Colecco, aka edge threat for 1 AP, double or nothing for 2. Honestly, very solid. My only real issue with this card is we have significantly better edge rushers in the game with 87 speed. So if you're not running a New York Jets theme team, then why else are you really using this card? At the end of the day, though, having the entire Sack Team Exchange on your defensive line, absolutely filthy. The Jets also do have one of the better theme teams in the game as of today, so yeah. Also having, all 3 of the Sack Team Exchange, or whatever, the Sack Exchange on your defensive line does boost up individual stats per one of these players. Having Joe Colecco does give +1 power move. At number 7, we got the defensive tackle from the Sack Team Exchange, Marty Lyons, 87 overall. Real reason he's ahead of Joe Colecco. Defensive tackle is a significantly weaker position. This is also the reason why Mean Joe is significantly lower on this list. 78 speed, 86 excel, 88 strength, 86 tackle, 85 block shed, 87 power move, and 72 finesse move. This guy is straight power. 6'5", 269 pounds, so again, a smaller defensive tackle when it comes to the weight, but at 6'5", he can get the job done in the middle. Now, his boost is also +1 power move, so I guess having them all in there just gives +1 power move to all of them. Doesn't really, that was kind of dumb for me to think it did something else. Now, when it comes to glowing X factors, aka interior threat and aka El Toro, honestly, nothing like game-breaking in my opinion. I'm sure interior threat is disgusting, but I'm honestly just kind of disappointed with these cards. Again, this is something we didn't really need in the game. I know a lot of Jets theme teamers and a lot of Jets fans do watch my videos, so I'm sorry. Again, though, just not the biggest fan of this whole Sack Exchange concept. I know it's really good, but for me, just doesn't hit the same. Alright, so coming at number 6, these are kind of where I'd be like, alright, I could consider picking. I got 86 overall, Maserati Marv. Now, at this point, just buy this card. 250,000 coins on average is a fantastic price. He's also an absolute dog. 87 speed, 85 jump, 87 catch in traffic, 85 short, 85 medium, and 87 deep route running. Like, this guy is legit. 6'3", 209 pounds. Now, my only real issue with this Marvin Harrison card is his AKA glowing X factor is nothing special. Like, double me is just whatever. It's not what it used to be. Moss 100 throwback right there. It was not. Also, wide receiver apprentice is cool, but we can already throw corner routes and post on our cards without having wide receiver apprentice. So at this point of the year, do you really want to waste 1 AP on 4 additional hot routes for 4 plays? Probably not. Also, him being 6'3", though, in a high ball meta makes this card disgusting. And then we were down to the top 5. At number 5, I got free safety, Paul Krause, the coolest card art we have seen so far with the AKA promo. That is actually live in the game. I do think we have a new #1 spot for best card art. Paul Krause, center fielder. It's an 87 speed, 6'3" free safety. What more could you possibly want? Also having 88 zone coverage. Not really much to complain about there. His glowing X factors also are pretty solid. AKA deep zone and AKA pick artist for 1 AP. All in all, very solid card. Also can toss him in at strong safety by, spending 500 training, equipping the strong safety secondary position chem. Also, Commander Legend right here, Paul Krause. Commander theme team is a very popular one. I love it, dude, but Paul Krause coming in number 5. At number 4 could come back to bite me in the ass when we actually see what glowing X factors these cards get, but I got Gronk. 6'6", 268 pounds. He has 85 speed, 85 medium, 80 run blocking, which is by far the best stat this card gets. 87 catch, 89 spec, 88 short, 88 catch in traffic. This card just isn't doing it for me. I'll just say this now, I'm not using my free AKA token pack today. I'm not in love with any of these cards. The fact that we're all getting Kyle Pitts if you grind through head-to-head ranked, which after seeing this Gronk, I will most likely be grinding through head-to-head ranked. There is no reason to pick Gronk for your team. He's just, that 85 speed is really setting him back. Dalton Kincaid, who came with the breakout promo, obviously won't have the same glowing X factor, but I don't care. The only way this Gronk card could slide up to 1 or 2, the only way he could slide up to number 1 is if he gets AKA Vanguard, and Vanguard is just absolutely broken, or if he gets like angry runs, but I don't see them doing that this early. I also don't see them tossing on Vanguard on this card. That would be the only way he could slide into number 1, maybe number 2. But right now, coming in at 4, brand new, 88 overall, Rob Gronkowski, Gronk. Number 3, though, I got Tyreek Hill. Now, Tyreek Hill is interesting because he is an absolute stud. The issue with this card is his LTD version is just a lot better. And by a lot better, I mean has +2 on pretty much every major attribute. 88 speed, 81 jump, 83 catch, 85 catch in traffic, 86 short, 85 medium, and 88 deep route running. Not bad by any means. I used this Tyreek Hill card, and he's an absolute stud for me. So, gets the job done. Glowing X factors, nothing crazy. I've been using AKA Spin Cycle just because I have an open ability point. It's fun. It's not like anything too crazy. If you do have his, champion LTD, he does get a better stack here. And again, the card is better, but Tyreek Hill, Cheetah, very good card. At number 2, though, I got Night Train Lane. Now, I really wanted to put Night Train at number 1, but I just couldn't get myself to do it. Now, the reason this card is so freaking good, 1, look at his stats. 2, how many set-piece defensive backs are there in the game? I'll tell you. Not many. Night Train is the best. So, based off positional need, picking a B&D corner, I'm here for it. Now, the only issue with doing that is he is an 87 overall. We did get 88 overall players, but if you picked Night Train last week, still very good play here. 88 speed, 87 man, 85 zone, 84 press, 6'1", really good size there. Does get AKA pick artist and inside shade for 2 AP. All in all, Night Train, second best AKA player in my opinion. When it comes to the best card art and the best card to actually pick up, yeah, we got a new champion at the best card art with the AKA promo. Look at this James Bond just movie poster. Actually sick. Card is good. He's 6'2", 211 pounds, so a bigger, strong safety with 88 zone, 87 speed, 88 tackle, 90 hit power. Now, it will sort of matter what glowing X factors he gets, but at the end of the day, he is the best player to pick from the free AKA token pack. Like I mentioned during Gronk's section, though, I'm not going to be opening that pack today. I'm going to continue to hold on to my tokens. I'm waiting for an 88 overall corner, essentially, and the 88 overall corner has to be half decent, obviously. But again, Harrison Smith, the best AKA player we got so far. And fellas, that is everything we got today. Now, let's take a look at all of these AKA LTDs very fast. First things first, the Cheetah, going down in price. He's an absolute stud. Best receiver in the game, in my opinion, by far. He's got rack 'em up, evasive for 0 AP. Yeah, we were sitting here glazing evasive for the last, first 10 minutes of this video, and then, gets it for free. So, not much more you could really want there. Also, Dolphins and Chiefs theme team, both very, very good. And did I mention he has 90 speed yet? So, by far the best wide receiver in the entire game. The other, AKA LTDs we got, Mark Gastineau doesn't really do it for me. 6'5", 266 pounds. Card is good. Again, if you do run the entire New York Sack Exchange, I'm sure you're having a blast, but at the same time, it just doesn't really do it for me. Glowing X Factor wise, though, Edge Threat Elite and Double or Nothing and Blitz, solid stack, but again, I'm, personally passing on it. So far for me, Tyreek Hill by far the best AKA LTD. In my opinion, probably the second best one here is Vernon Davis the Duke. This card is aging like fine wine. We have seen more 87 speed tight ends, but how many more 87 speed tight ends have we seen? We're seeing a new tight end come with the exact same promo, and he is worse than this card. It's really insane. Also, when the spin move was absolutely just disgusting, aka spin cycle on this card. Whew, what a time to be alive. Last aka LTD we'll talk about today is Darius Slay. He's selling for 1.2 million coins. Is he worth 1.2 million coins? No, but again, solid defensive back in this game. And fellas, that is everything we got today. Let me know down below, where am I right, where am I wrong, who am I glazing? As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please go up there and drop a like. It means the world to me and show me that you guys actually like what we're doing. So let's keep it rolling. That is everything we got. I will catch you boys back here at about 1:30, 2 p.m. Eastern time when AKs do go live. But until then, peace fellas, have a good one.